Have you ever picked up a piece of wood and known that it really needs a refresh or it's gonna get chucked? Today's video is about how to fix that. So stay tuned to the very end to see the final results on what I do to take a old wood bowl and make it new. My name is Sandra, and I'm the owner and creator here at Midwest Charm. I specialize in repurposed, upcycled vintage home decor and all of your DIY needs. You can find our Sweet Pickins milk paint, DIY paint, Roycycled treasures, ironwork designs, Connie lines and designs, all on our website, which is linked below, as well as on all the social medias. And you can also find Royce papers and Connie papers at our new booth in Salvage Sisters in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Today's video, I am taking an old wood thrifted bowl that probably would have been chucked by most people. The finish was all wearing off. It was looking terrible. And I bought it because I saw a new life in it. And wait until you see how it turned out. Y'all, it is beautiful. So let's get to it. So here it is. You guys, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. This piece is pretty beat up, and I am just using one of my finger sanders off of Amazon that I use, that's linked below, as well as all of the products used today. And I'm going to give this a good sand. I'm going to start with the outside of this bowl. We're going to make over the outside first. And as you can see, I'm checking the feet and making sure they're all firmly attached. The one is not, so that will get glued back in. But I'm going to go over this with, I believe I ended up switching to 120 sandpaper to get a really smooth finish over all of this failing finish, because that 240 wasn't quite doing it and I wanted it to have a nice smooth finish. Off all of that sanding dust and any residual dirt that might be left on this piece to get this all prepped for paint. Yes, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to glue that other foot back in and we are going to go ahead and paint. We are pulling out an all-time favorite color of mine. This is DIY paint, and I am using Apothecary. Apothecary is just one of those colors that can be used for any season. It goes with everything. It is by far my favorite color and actually what got me using DIY paint to begin with. And you can see I do have that third foot glued on now. So we are going to make sure we paint all the way around those little feet and get all the little itty bitty parts. And then we're going to give this 2 good coats of DIY Apothecary. If you have never used DIY paint before, it is an all-natural, no VOC, and it's clay-based. It is beautiful. It doesn't have any smell. You can use this inside of your children, around your pets, and it's totally, totally safe. And It's so beautifully, gorgeously thick and super highly pigmented. A lot of times these colors only need to have one coat because you get such great coverage with it. But sometimes, depending on your wood color and what you're doing over it, you may need to do two coats. The thing with these clay-based paints is they do need to be sealed because they do not have a top coat in them. So you need to make sure that you seal this up with a wax or one of the DIY top coats. We're going to use one of my favorite transfers by Iron Orchid Designs, the Rose Botanical Transfer. You guys, this is 8 amazing sheets of all different sizes of roses that I use on a very consistent basis. If you have watched me for any length of time, you will know this is one of my go-to transfers. If you have never used a transfer before, they're super duper easy to use. You are just going to peel off the white backer, place this where you would like to put it on your item, and then this is curved, so it's a little bit different than what I would normally do. Normally I would put this down, I would use my hand to flatten it, smooth it out, and then start using the stick. But because this is a curved surface, I'm kind of doing this in sections and not totally pushing down my entire transfer, or it's going to get like folds and bubbles in it. So I'm just starting on certain spots and rubbing it down. And I did a no-no, and I keep telling you all this, and I don't listen to myself. Seal up your DIY paint before you add your transfers, and they will go on so much quicker and smoother than what this one is. This one took a little bit of extra manpower because I did not seal it up. I was trying to be in a hurry. I had multiple projects going. I have so many videos I need to get out for some upcoming releases, and I was not patient and did not follow the rules. So this one took me a little bit longer. The rest of them go on a lot quicker than this one did. But if you seal up your DIY paint, let it dry, put your transfers on it, they will go on like butter, and it'll be so much easier. As you can see, as I am getting this down, I am pulling that backer up and it releases it onto the project. And if ever a piece doesn't apply, you just push that back down and rub it some more and then peel back up keep doing that until it's down. And then once you have it completely placed on there, you are going to take that plastic grid sheet and rub it all over your item. That will help get out any air bubbles and really help it to adhere to your piece. And you want to make sure that that is on there really good before we seal it up. And you can see from this point of view, I do not have the bottom of that push down yet because I'm trying to work in sections to make sure I'm not getting any bubbles. And I usually do the center first and then work my way out. So I'm going to do the stem of this rose and then come back and get those little branches and leaves down.
after you have your transfer burnished in, you are going to want to seal this piece up with some sort of a top coat. For this particular project, I am using DIY liquid patina and crystal clear chandelier to seal up all of my transfers. I'm going to make sure this has got a good coat on all of the base here, including those cute little round feet. So let's talk about the inside of this bowl. The inside of this bowl was just as bad as the outside, and I did not have any before pictures of it, and I lost the footage of me redoing it somehow. I apologize. But what I basically did was took the same little finger sander and used 80 grit and then 120 grit and then 240 grit to remove all of the sealer that was previously on there, and then to get it nice and super duper smooth. And then I cleaned it out with some baby wipes. Once it was all cleaned out and dried, I took Sweet Pickins oil wax and clear, put it out, poured some in there, and just used a brush to apply it, and then let it sit and absorb all of that beautiful oil wax, and then wiped out any excess. And this is the final result, you guys. Let me know what you think below.
What did you think? Did I save this bowl? I think so. I think it turned out so pretty, and it would look great on a counter holding some fruit. I don't know. I love it. And it was so easy and simple to do, and I know you all can do it too. I really appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you guys all next week. Bye.